Hello and welcome everyone to my channel. 2019 reading for Taurus men and Taurus women. So this is for the men and women. I'll start off with the ladies this time because for Aries I started off with men. So let's start with Taurus women for the month of May in the year 2019. So what I like to do is have one card for the overall theme. I'm using the Universal Weight deck. And then our 4 cards just to flesh out the month. Okay, so our first card is the King of Wands for you ladies of Taurus. Now that's very interesting. So I guess the traditional meaning of this would be, Taurus ladies, you're coming into contact with a strong, powerful, business-like man. A man with a good head for business, a very empowered man. This could also represent an aspect of yourself, but I do feel that men will be quite significant for you this month, May ladies. Taurus ladies, I beg your pardon. So if you're single, there could be a man coming into the picture who is very strong, business-wise. There's a sense that he may not be that emotional of a person. Despite the fact that it's Wands, which is a fire sign, he may be somewhat cool emotionally is what I'm getting here. But this is the theme of the whole month. So a very strong element of the masculine coming into your life, Taurus ladies. Let's see what our cards are for the month. Okay, interesting. So our first card is the Nine of Swords. So it shows you are beset by worries at this time. Yeah, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, Taurus ladies, but the Nine of Swords, the good news about the Nine of Swords is it could very well be all in your head. However, I guess the kicker there is that your current worries and current fears can be based on real events of the past. So yeah, there can be wounds from the past that are being triggered at this time. However, the good news is those old wounds, the past is the past is gone. I know for many of us, the past wounds can still resonate in the future. The fears come up and we think, oh no, the same thing is being repeated again. This is the same crap from before. Pardon my language, but I think you know what I'm saying. But I think the good news is that it's not as bad as before. So, as we grow and mature, we move up the spiral of life. We don't go in circles. We do move up the spiral as we travel through the circle of the zodiac in our lives. And yeah, look, I'm feeling that it's not all bad news, but definitely I can see and empathize with the fact that you're struggling with some heavy emotions and heavy thoughts at this time. Maybe my only advice would be try to realize it's not all that it seems, and perhaps it's not as bad as it seems, but there does seem to be a little contention around this male figure coming into the picture here. So there may be karmic lessons to be learned here, ladies. This gentleman might be triggering for you in a number of ways, so just be aware of that. We have our second card for May 2019 is the Hermit card for you. So that shows that very much so you need to... Well, I won't say that you need to, it's up to you what you do, obviously, but the Hermit card indicates a fairly strong need to retreat and to really process things internally. It's the Virgo card. The Hermit resonates to the sign of Virgo, so it's very much about internal processing at this time. Self-protection. I would recommend being quite guarded at this time, Taurus ladies. Don't rush into any immediate actions, and I think that's backed up by the rest of the reading as well. So just realize you may need to be quite guarded with this person. Don't give too much of yourself away. Keep your own counsel, as they say, and yeah, just proceed very cautiously at this time. That's backed up by the Eight of Pentacles. The energy of the Eight of Pentacles is one of steady progress. I feel like Spirit is giving me the words, tick the boxes as you go. So obviously, not being a woman, I'm not completely prone to, or privy I should say, I'm not completely privy to a woman's thought process, but certainly having talked to a lot of women, worked with a lot of women throughout my varied career, I certainly have heard enough women complain about their love life. I don't mean that in a bad way, but obviously, it's good to vent now and then, especially as a woman with all the trials and tribulations of being with men. As a man, I know we're not easy, ladies. I have to cop to that. And obviously that venting is something that women have to do. And, in the workplace, one overhears things. And so it is necessary to tick those boxes, ladies. So keep a close eye on this gentleman who's coming to the picture. Make sure he's ticking all your boxes, and if he doesn't tick a box, then you can't obviously proceed to the next stage in the checklist. Take it slow and steady by all means. Perhaps, go on a date, see how it feels, see what your intuition is telling you. Always check in with your intuition, ladies. The Hermit card is very important in terms of checking in with yourself. What is your gut telling you? How is your body reacting in terms of, do you feel a knot in your stomach of tension that's unpleasant? Or do you feel the butterflies, conversely? So very much time to listen to your body. The pentacles are the physical, the pentacles are the suit of the earth, the physical, the body. So just check in with yourself and be absolutely sure. So a little bit of good news for you for May. You are getting the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus women. And it is May and spring of the northern hemisphere. So it's a wonderful time for you to nurture yourself, take time out, have a beautiful aromatherapy bath, or just do whatever you need to do to feel feminine, to feel queenly. Make yourself top priority in May. That's what I would suggest, ladies. Obviously, you'll be dealing with this gentleman in the picture, but just remember, men can come in and out of your life. It's not like this. I don't sense this gentleman is necessarily the be all and end all. I sense that there is karmic lessons to be learned. So while you're going through this slight rough and tumble, take care of yourself, ladies. That's what I would suggest. Just take time out for yourself and pamper yourself and do what you need to do to feel good about yourself. Taurus, ladies and gentlemen, you do have Uranus traveling through your sign now for the next 6-7 years. So, it's not going to be a smooth road, unfortunately. As I mentioned in the Aries video, Aries has had that journey for the last 7 years. Uranus is traveling now through the start of the zodiac. So just be aware, there's not a lot of stability for you at this time, Taurus ladies. So expect the unexpected. And in the meantime, in order to weather those storms, just take care of yourself and make yourself priority during May, the month of spring. It's the month of the goddess, month of Taurus, Venus. So yes, look after yourself, ladies. Okay. Now, I'm doing a strange thing here as I do this reading. I'm actually standing up. I'm not sitting down, and I'm holding the deck in my hand, and this card actually just popped out. So I want to offer you this extra card by way of extra consolation, I suppose. It's not a consolation, but I want to offer you this that fell out of my hand while I was doing the reading. So which I think, I want to say, if you play your cards right, no pun intended, you can have joy in relationships, joy in yourself at this time. There can be a joyful connection with this gentleman. But as I say, authenticity is so key in relationships. If you're nurturing yourself, if you're loving and valuing yourself, then the man will see that. A man is actually very much happy with a woman who nurtures herself and is coming from a place of confidence. I really feel that if the man is worth his salt, then that is not threatening at all to a man. A man wants to see that a lady has got that inner confidence looking after herself, unless he's some kind of, unscrupulous narcissistic predator, then, who's only interested in manipulation. But I don't sense that with this gentleman. I just sense he's a bit detached emotionally. But if he sees that you are fulfilling yourself, then that will put him at ease. And do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. So there is a chance for joy and fulfillment and good times romantically during May. But as I say, just watch out for those worries. Make sure you're not being too triggered, and just look after yourself. All right. Okay, so that was the reading for Aries, Taurus ladies for the month of May 2019. It's the Taurus month, of course, coming up in May. The sun has just entered Taurus. And now let's turn over to our Taurus gentlemen. How we doing, Taurus gentlemen? How we going? It's interesting because my moon is placed astrologically in Taurus. So I've been surrounded by Taurus men most of my life. My father's a Taurus man. My pop was a Taurus man. My son is a Taurus. So, I'm very familiar with my Taurus gentlemen out there. So a big shout out to you guys for your birthday month. I hope you're traveling well. Much love to you, my boys. Okay. So as I mentioned, I like to do one card for the overall theme of the month. And then we flesh out the month with 4 additional cards. So let's have a look at the theme for you, my Taurus gentlemen. Here we go. Pentacles, the Earth card. The Taurus is the Earth element, of course. 3 of Pentacles. So I'm sensing some good, solid career achievement here, Taurus. That's the theme for May. So excellent month for your work and career. You've got the chance to really succeed at whatever you're doing, and other people are going to notice. So your managers, your bosses, your superiors, they're going to notice what you've done and think, this guy's all right. He's done a good job here. We like this guy. So, so there's a chance to really show your worth this month, May 2019, Taurus gentlemen. So keep up that good work, my friends. Let's see what else that May has to offer for you. The Knight of Cups. Wow. Really interesting. So that's interesting. So I feel like if my gay Taurus male friends are watching, this could be a really romantic time for you in May. It is spring, of course, in the Northern Hemisphere. It's autumn down here in Australia and New Zealand and in the Southern Hemisphere. I feel like this is a love offering if you are gay. If you're a straight Taurus man, I feel like this could be you making the offering. So there seems to be love and romance for all my Taurus men this May. Let's look at the rest of the cards and try and flesh this out a bit. Let's flick them over here. Oh, okay. Well, that's not looking as positive as I'd hoped. But so we have the Nine of Wands here. So all is not going to run smooth in love, unfortunately, my Taurus friends. Gee. I'm getting the sense that a lot of my Taurus gentlemen have maybe been through the ringer before. I think especially my gay friends, love does not run smooth. I understand for gay men, you can be very problematic. And so, yeah, there's a sense that you're being very guarded at this time. So if we put that alongside the other card that we got, you're not really trusting this offer of love. And if you're straight, perhaps your offer of love is not being received well. So either way, there's a sense that love during this month is not running terribly smooth at the start. I do sense, however, for my straight Taurus men, there's a sense I want you to keep at it. Don't be overbearing. Don't come on too strong, Taurus men, if you're straight. And if you're gay and you're on the receiving end of this love offering, I understand that, you're guarded and you're feeling self-protective, but maybe just try to realize the past doesn't always dictate the present. We may have been wounded in the past. I sense that this love offering is sincere, but it's very, very tentative. So for my straight gentlemen, again, just be very, very gentle and understanding that the person you're approaching might be carrying a lot of burdens, a lot of wounds at this time. I know that's not fair on you. You're just trying to, be sincere and offer your love to this person. But just remember, sometimes the signals can be misread and there can be misunderstandings. And again, if you're gay, just realize that that this person, in all likelihood, doesn't mean you any harm. In fact, let's get a little clarity card on that. I think we need a clarity card. Let's just see. Let's just put those down here and we'll go back to the deck for a clarity. Let's get just one clarity for everybody here, I think. There's a real sense of, a real tug of war, push and pull. Just signals not being received in the way that they're intended. So, oh wow, okay. Well, all right, so there are some heavy energies here. So we've received the Death card. So, there's another YouTube channel called Truth Well Told Tarot. She is a wonderful reader. She gave me the interpretation of the Death card as being, when I watched one of her videos, rather. See, we have a, is that an emperor or a king? Yeah, we have a kingly figure here lying dead underneath the figure of death, and we have a priestly figure sort of, praying that death, almost as if he's supplicating towards the figure of death to cease his advance, but death is not going to do that. Death has his own purposes. So this is tough. This is tough, Taurus men, either way. So there's a sense, perhaps there's even that fight or flight mechanism is being triggered by this love offering, either in the woman that you're approaching, my straight Taurus gentleman, or in yourself. If you're a gay Taurus gentleman, there's a sense that, you're being really triggered on a deep level here. But there's something I wanted to discuss in relation to this Death card, which ties into our next card, the Two of Wands. So the Death card can symbolize fully letting go of our old beliefs. The Two of Wands here, the figure is sitting there contemplating. He's not taking any action. So what I suggest, Taurus gentlemen, is really, really take time out to reflect very strongly at this time about how you're coming across, how you're being received. or if you're on the receiving end of this love offering, as I said, just question to yourself, am I really reading the situation correctly? Does this gentleman mean me any harm? Again, if you're a gay Taurus man, just take time out to think, because our final card is the moon. So nothing is clear, nothing is really, nothing is coming across in the way that it's intended. There's a lot of karmic connections here. I'm really sorry, Taurus, that this couldn't have been a better message for you for the month of May. But I guess we all have to go through a dark night of the soul sometimes. The planet Uranus is traveling through the sign of Taurus for the next 6-7 years. So yeah, it's not going to be an easy road for you, Taurus. I have to be straight and say that with you. But the moon card is all about the subconscious, deep subconscious forces working within you. As I say, they could be being triggered at this time by, the reaction of a woman, if you're romancing a woman, or if you're a gay man. It's like some very deep, dark issues here for you to grapple with. So I feel for you, my Taurus gentlemen. Just take that time out to really reflect, to really consider where your current reactions, are coming from. What are the origins of these? Is there a need to forgive yourself? Is there a need to forgive someone who might have wronged you in the past? So really take time out to dig deep in that. I guess, fortunately, as I said, the theme of your month is career achievement. So I think things will be a little more cut and dried in your career, Taurus gentlemen. So yeah, perhaps that's a good time to focus your energies there and to maximize your achievement for the month of May. Okay, well, thank you again for watching. This has been the Taurus reading for the month of May 2019 for men and women. If you'd like to leave me a like, I'd really appreciate that if you enjoyed the video and if it resonated with you. I hope that helps you for the month of May. The energies are not easy for Taurus at the moment. So I would suggest, again, take a lot of time out for reflection and contemplation. All right, blessings to you all.